package in the mail, MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail those shoot 'em ups, and that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Right, welcome back, part 2. Let's get into more of these games. Let's go with Knockout 3D. Yeah, joystick support out of the bat. I like that. Alligator were actually pretty good at supporting the MSX. Now, they are Spectrum conversions, as you can see by the attribute clash there. So, looks like you hold left or right to do a blow of a particular. There's the ropes. So I'm the top one, by the way. So InGen or Alligator supplement ones weren't too bad. They sometimes use some sprites rather than sticking with just using characters. In this case they haven't, obviously. Right in the corner. Oh, I actually knocked him out. And I think you push up and down to block as well. Well, this is an unusual occurrence for me in one of these sports games. So, you know, this is an alright game of this type, and I think you can play you know, 2-player as well, and you can adjust the difficulty. And this has just started another match. So got to roll into there then. I'm not doing much blocking here. Bad thing, I've got a couple of there. Go up. So it's got a, you know, it's not what we call running at a super pace. I didn't get knocked out. But it has enough game there, I think, to keep somebody entertained for a little while. And this time I've been knocked out. Yeah, not too bad. Would have been a reasonably decent game back in the day. Probably doesn't stand up as well now, and obviously not quite my cup of tea of sort of games that I would buy, but not too bad. Obviously a little bit of a straight Spectrum port in this particular case. Alright, let's try our next game. Right, so I thought we'd have a quick look at the demo first. This is probably going to be very simple. So written in BASIC. Please select the required demo. Right. These are often quite interesting. I said, this is written in BASIC, so very cool. The time demo. So not many computers out there can actually draw a reasonable facsimile of themselves, especially in the 8-bit era, so pretty cool. I remember my Spectravideo 738 Express has a really good machine language written demo that really shows the machine off it nicely. Showing all the colours. And also showing the capabilities of the BASIC quite well. Right, I'm not going to show the whole demo because we've got lots of games to think, but that's not bad. I might have a bit more of a play of that later. So I'll load the next thing on the tape, which is the game. Right, back again. I mean, reset the machine. And it didn't take very long to load, so our expectations will not be too high. Is joystick spotted? Yes, very good. Once again, very easy to do even in MSX BASIC. Oh, I see. It bounces off the back wall all the bat. Yeah, and you just get a bit of a deeper bounce ball. And obviously, if you hit the back wall a couple of times, you lose the protection, which is not too bad. So once again, this is a game written in BASIC. And it's not a bad little breakout clone. Oh. And it even has a demo mode. That's actually pretty damn good. Alright, we'll have a quick check of the other game. Right, back. Let's try our next one. So not a bad little tape to come with the system so far. Ooh, it's in the little add mode. Actually, let's watch the computer do it. Let's see how it goes. I wrote a pretty good Othello game back in the day that played a pretty good game that balanced thinking time versus playing time quite well. So basically the idea of Othello is every time you place one of your pieces you need to flip over at least one of the opponents by flanking them. So at the start, you know, you're only going to get one flipped over, and the edge squares are ones that are harder to lose, and the corners are impossible to lose. Once you get a corner, you basically keep the corner. there's certain strategies. So, as an example, the computer player blue could get 2 squares by going in either one of those. So it gets 2 counters each. The white player can get 1, but has set up one where he can get 3 later. But the inner ring, so the one in is the danger area. Every time you do one of those, you could potentially give away an edge. And it's wisely chosen not to do that. Let's see. Well, let's see if. Yeah. So it does have a bit of algorithm in there to avoid going into that intermediate area to start with. We won't watch the whole game. We'll just see how we get to our first edge. And the thinking time's not too bad. So, what's blue going to do? So you can see they're sort of keeping on sides at the moment. Because now it's very difficult for white. All of the moves will take it outside a boundary now. So will the blue one capture an edge? Which it does. The white one can capture an edge as well. No, that's the wrong move, because the blue one can just go beside that and consolidate his edge. So not too bad. A nice little tape that would have been good to come with a system, so you can have a bit of a play. You could, they're not locked down, so you could have a look at the listings and see how they were done, and learn a little bit about MSX Basic. Alright, let's try our next title. Right, so here we go, Zorni, which, as I said, I do have an actual Japanese cartridge of this, although without a box. And it's quite a good, the first version of Exerion is actually really good for the MSX. That one's pretty much the same as the SG-1000 version. And this is the sequel, which just adds a little bit more gameplay. So, using a MSX control pad here. So you have 2 fires, which is this is the this is the slow fire, and you have the second fire button. And you do get rewarded for taking out formations or waves. Oh dear, I'm going to take a little while to warm up, aren't I? And see how the landscape changes as you go forward and everything. It's actually a really good effect. So as I said, I'm just using the slow fire at the moment. Every hit I get builds up my charge. Right. And this is the rapid fire. So it's quite a distinctive, challenging game. And you do have to watch those angle shots. Right. Open free rapid fire. Okay, let's go. And it has these challenge stages, which of course, like Galagi, you need to remember. Missed one. Oh, one short. Now also, it can be a little hard to see the white fire. So you have to be careful. Oof. Oh, so as you can see, it has quite a few different waves. And it actually has ones where you get these large motherchips as well, which I'm doing my best to try and show you guys. Here we go. So like things, you have these ones, and I forgot that the bullets hit the bottom and come up. So it's like Exerion, but with more and more challenge and a lot more waves. And you saw I did finally get up to the larger enemies there. And it's actually a really good, fun game. And there being a tape version of it, that will be more affordable if you wanted to get your own physical copy of it. Unfortunately, the Japanese cartridge version goes for a fair bit of money, and you really do not see it with its box very often. There is a copy with a box in Japan with the first game, but that's a lot of money and I'm not spending that. Alright, let's try the next one. Right, so next we have Joe Blade on the player's label. Okay, press fire to start. Let's hopeful for joystick will work. Good. Okay, so Speccy conversion and shoot. Okay, you have found a cell key. Interesting. And I take it we can go that way. Again, you can jump up on things. Found an enemy uniform. So now I'm hidden as an enemy, am I? Don't know whether we can let them out. Oh! One shot killed both of them. Another cell key. Yeah, so they don't notice you straight away. Oh, we've got quite a maze. I mean, look, yes, it's a Spectrum conversion, but it looks like it's a pretty decent game originally. So, a bit of an explore fest. Love that our one shot kills both of the people. You found a hostage. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you've got to explore the map until you find everybody, I suppose. Oh, and the enemies respawn. Okay, I've used both our keys now. What is? You are dead. Oh, so that was hurting me the whole time. And then we start again. So that bar down the bottom is our health, and it's that tiny little bar on the bar is the thing, rather than a filled-in bar. So is that a hostage? Yeah, there we go. So the hostages are obviously in random locations. Yeah, and you see he touched me, so I got a little bit of damage there. Interesting how to redraw the whole screen. Yeah, so there's more to this game than you think. See, I lost the uniform. You'd have to draw yourself a map, I reckon. Ooh, is that a bomb? Self-destruct in 28 seconds. And now we've got a timer. Right, so I take it you're supposed to rescue the hostages first, then set the bomb and get away. So it probably was not a good idea to set the explosives. Hospital. Out of ammo. Uh-oh. And look, every time I touch them. I'm dead. Well, that's not a bad game. I'd actually probably enjoy playing that some more. So that would have been a, you know, for the cheap price these were back in the day, that would have been a very good game to bring home. Once again, not showcasing what the MSX can do, but it's a decent specky port in that regard. So, you know, the original game was fun. So, alright, let's try our next game. Here we go with M-Droid. I think its title screen mightn't upload it properly, but I have I pressed the button and it looks like the main game's screen loads. So oh, okay, they're like ladders. Yeah. Ooh. So, oh, it's sensitive. Can't seem to shoot the red things. Oh, I've done already. Oh, let's have another go. Ooh. Oh, you can't wait around. Oh. Oh. Another go. Because they go diagonal, it's very hard to judge. Right, I actually got one of the things. Right. So you don't actually need to press up. Oh, and I actually shot something. Woohoo! There is hope. Oh. I've only got a certain amount of time. We'll have another go. We are starting to get the mechanics though. Oh! Almost. Oh no, robbed! Oh, oh! So you can't run out of time or power. We'll have another go. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, dropped right at the end there. Oh. Ran out of time. One more time. It is one of those games where you just... you know you can do it. Oh, wrong way. 5 seconds. No. Well, despite my... Oh, look. I have to. Because I made it up onto the last row. It shows that it is possible. Go, go, go! Yaha! Okay, do not know what I'm doing. Oh, you've got to shoot the things coming from the side. Whoa! And now we're on to another stage. Alright, well, it's an interesting game, as long as you didn't pay too much for it back in the day. You know, you'd get some gameplay out of it, because you'd just be trying to get... I'm sure I can get past that next bit. Alright, let's try the next game. Right, so here we go with Macadam Bumper. Now... Does it support joystick? Possibly not. It does have a lot of keys mentioned in the overlay. Okay. Yes, nothing home. So I think you design your own layouts as well. Who's got the game? Graph and code. Either side of the space bar. Jolts. Screen cap. Trackball releases R. Insert coin C. Makes sense. S starts game. And you'll press both launch keys. Okay. Well, it's pretty easy controls. Oops. Messed up there. You've got to be careful you don't press both, like I was doing. And they're reversed. That's what's getting me. The controls are reversed. So the physics aren't too bad, and it said you can edit and make your own tables and redefine the controls. It's a bit silly that they're actually by default round the wrong way. Graph and code. I'm just having a look at other keyboards to see whether they are round the other way. But anyway, it'd be interesting, the machine they developed this on, maybe the keys are around the other way, perhaps. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. The physics is nice. I would have absolutely loved this to death back in the day. There's definitely a game, and I won from players too, so £3. That would have been a bit of pocket money back in the day, so I suppose I would have expected a good game, and I think I would have got it. Alright, let's try the next game. Right, so here we go with Z formation. Obviously a specific MSX game. There's a little bit of a demo mode. It's like a bit of a run and gun or transformer type thing. Colours are a bit garish, but we have hope. Okay. was supposed to leap up in the air. No. Oh, I was supposed to shoot that. Okay. Might need a couple of goes to this one. Oh, second button. And you've got to hold the second button, I reckon, to transform into a jet. Definitely. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, those flashing white things, you definitely need to... As I said, I don't own the cartridge for this one, so this really is the first time I've played it. Okay, so I take it we've got 40 seconds of airtime. Can shoot fair shots too, by the way. Nope. And you can't go in human form on the sea, which makes sense. So you do need to save up your... Oops. Oh, it's not easy. And the colours are a little garish, but I'll just give it one more go. And might have to play this one a little bit later. Once again, I haven't played it because I don't have a cartridge. Gotta give yourself a fair bit. So sort of, it's up to 99 now, so I take it it's a good idea to go on the fly mode. Oh. Just working out the mechanics. Yes, it's one of those ones you have to spend a bit of time working out the various mechanics. I don't mind it though. I'll definitely give it another go when I can focus on it a bit more. Obviously the ground and flight mechanics, and obviously that you have to stay in the air over the sea. There's possibly some pickup things where I can increase my my timer, or perhaps that is just hitting the appropriate number of enemies. Yeah, don't mind that one at all. Alright, let's try our next game. Right, next, our only cartridge one is Starship Simulator. Now, I did have a loose cartridge of this, so I have played this before a long time ago. Remember, it did take me a little while to get it working. And it's a bit, yeah, ordinary from memory, but we'll see. Immediately, no controls work. function keys. So we seem to be out in space now. Okay, I don't know whether I did that or not. Well, the joystick does seem to be... Well, I think it is, or it could just be timing. Or is that just us automatically going to... No, this is me moving. So you can shoot those shots. So you have to overpower them without overheating your lasers. Ooh, we got him. Okay, so beam, we've used a bit of energy on that. Now, what does F2 do? Nothing. F3, F4. Oh, we'll readjust something happened. I suppose I don't have too much excuse because the... I mean, look, the starfield's not too bad. Oh, and that was photon torpedoes, I reckon. Okay. I reckon there's a fair bit of game here, but I probably need to read the manual. And me having a loose cartridge before, obviously didn't have the manual, so I will. And this is convenient. It's cartridge form. Plug it in. So obviously a lot of games to get through here. Actually, doesn't look too bad. I was really into Starship type simulators. I actually wrote a Star Trek game myself in college, so I will have a look into this a bit further, but yeah, unfortunately need to read all the instructions and give it another go. Maybe a separate video at some stage now that I have the instructions. Alright, let's try the next game. Right, here we go with the Heist. I do have a cartridge version of this, so for this game. I also have it for the Coleco as well. It's actually not a bad little game, and I did notice that this cassette actually has the Commodore 64 version on the other side, so I'll probably have to do another video to try that at some stage. Obviously these are all MSX pickups. Okay, nothing for joystick. No. To press enter then to get back to the Okay, now we're right. The sound's working. So you need to collect the artwork, that's right. Yeah, because you've got to nick all of the, where am I there? And there's some keys down there. You need to keep an eye on what's happening on the other levels. And you need the keys to go through those doors. So I'm not sure how far you can fall. Played this for ages, but the graphics are quite well done. Okay, we fell through the elevator. We've got a key now. Take hitting that is very bad for us. We survived. We've got 3 keys. I don't want to go up the escalator. No, too much choice. But we'll open that door. That's the other door is probably how we get back. Okay. The escalator is going up. So can we fall through it? Yes. Okay, there we go. we have a timer counting down all the time. Now some elevators. I don't know how they work. Ooh, God, that was... We do have one more key, so we're right to get through there. And end of the line. We need to work out how to get... Run all the way back. There's probably something that unlocks the elevators. Ooh, well, we're back to there now. Oh, its collision detection on the gaps is very unforgiving. Oops! Oh, that's the thing we needed to jump over. How many lives have we got left? Last man. Obviously you need to memorise this and work out the best path. I'm not sure how many levels it has. Gives you a bit more time every time you find a painting. We don't have a key. See, we possibly needed to use one of those keys there. And we can't go up there. Go back to our horrible travelator. Ooh, got me. Let's see what's to the right, because obviously we're not going to be able to go any more that way. How do we get up to the top level? That's the good question. I must have missed something here. Yeah, you've got to press up right there. But that leads to a dead end. Oh dear. We're a bit stuck. So that's it. I haven't played it for a little while, so whoa, and there we go. All right. Well, as you can see, it's a bit of a you know, quite well presented explore puzzle game, yeah, quite nice bit. I'll have to try the Commodore 64 version a little bit later. Alright, let's try one more game to go. There was actually one game in the lot that was a Commodore 64 game, not an MSX game, so one more to go. Right, here we go with Mac Attack. Unfortunately, the tape doesn't load. It has, you can hear it fading in and out both sides. So not much I can do about that on the original Macadam Media. I tried to get a ROM to play on one of my SD cards, but I haven't got any of those to work so far. I have only been trying in my MSX1 though, so that ROM image might work on the MSX2. This is what we have set up at the moment. So just for the moment I'm using one of the Play Online emulators, just so we can quick play this game. And as you can see, I have played it once because I didn't press record properly. Hopefully I have this time. So it doesn't have any music, which I suppose is hard to grab original music. Obviously there's the occasional glitches. These peppers appear quite rapidly. And you can randomly die when you're not touching things, especially after using a pepper. Whoops. And besides then of me reversing direction, and you can't get them to follow you, which is part of the strategy of playing Burger Time in the first place. Is to, you know, normally this enemy would follow you up here. You'd be able to get him on a burger, and then the burger will fall down more. Oops. Oh, I think I'm dead already. I'll just do another go, because that wasn't particularly impressive. Seems to have this glitch where this one here... Oh, and look, we have glitched completely. So not even the online emulator is without issues. Wonder whether this is a bug in the original or whether it's a slightly glitchy ROM. Who knows? But anyway, you can make the burgers fall on top of them, and you seem to get more points when you do that, and peppers appear quite often. But not once have I managed to get one of them to take a ride on one of the pieces of the burger. Maybe if I make this thing fall down and kill this guy, it might reset him and fix whatever bug we have encountered. There we go. Yes, that fixed him. So I'm not chasing up to the peppers. I have 4 of them, and they don't seem very effective. Right, there we go. There's a level done. So it's a little disappointing that you can't, you know, that logic that allowed you to, you know, entice them to follow you. You know, one of them should have followed me then. Oops. I don't know whether the timing, but if I get them any closer, I die. Oh, it looks like the level completely resets when you die too. Because you've only got like 2 plays, and as soon as you go the third spot, the item goes. So it makes it very difficult to try and do the thing where you track them. Alright, and they said it doesn't remember your progress on the level, so. A lot of the Agasoft games like this, they're quite good at first appearances, but often lacked a bit of polish. Alright, so hope you've enjoyed these new MSX games I've added to my collection. Very, very happy to receive any MSX games at any time to add my physical collection. I like to only play the ones that I physically have. Now I have a copy of this, of course. The tape doesn't work, but that means I can play it. I will find a ROM that'll actually, or a cassette image that'll work on the MSX proper. I'll have to break out the MSX II and try it from that ROM loader instead of the MSX one I was using to load all these tape games, because that usually gives the best result. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed these games, and obviously split into 2 parts because of the number of gameplays. I'm Electric Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.